All right, ladies and gentlemen, another bittersweet video with our dear friend Chris Law, because Chris is moving back to England and you're already kind of there.
1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah, you came
halfway
back to get some more business taken care of, and the business being this 1968 Austin Mini Cooper. So, Chris, you could only take one, and you had a tough decision to make, didn't you?
Yeah, and I'm still not sure if I should be taking 1 or 2. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have the space for 2 there. Yeah. And you know, if I want to take it with me, I'd have to convert it to right-hand drive.
So this is a difficult sale.
Oh, massively, yeah.
Okay.
This is part of my DNA.
Yeah. Chris is a professional designer, so this isn't just Joe Blow, Backyard Bob. He gets paid to design things, and this is a design that you copied sort of from?
Well, it's Rob Walker's library. Okay. So, you know, that 60s look, this really deep indigo navy with the off-white nose stripe and the white off-white roundels. That's very much a Rob Walker look. Yeah. So it sort of pays homage to that, really. And it's got that 60s cafe racer thing going on. So it suits it, and I like it monotone as well, without a white roof.
This is a stunning car in person. I hope the video can capture it, but this color does something to people, and I get a ton of requests asking, what color is it? Well, it's sort of the Rob Walker kind of indigo blue.
Yeah, it's a deep indigo navy, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't a BMC color, it's just, I really like that look, and I wanted something like that, and it's got a bit of grey in it as well, so it feels era correct. Yeah. It's not some modern navy, it's more of a utilitarian navy, really. Yeah. So,
well, we're going to go over some of the features and benefits of this car. Let's open the bonnet and take a good look at the heart of this beast. Okay, so here we have the belly of the beast, so to speak. This is originally a 1968 Mark II Austin Mini Cooper 998. It's one of 2,853 that were ever built. So we took the 998 motor out, and we built this fire-breathing 1380. So we took a 1275 Austin America block, and we put in the 73.5 millimeter pistons, Omegas, and a Richard Longman cylinder head, big valves ported, twin 1.5-inch SU carburetors with Swift Tune velocity stacks and Piper Cross socks. It also has a straight cut close ratio gearbox, straight cut drop gears, an ultralight flywheel, ultralight backplate with the orange diaphragm and a standard disc. Of course, it has all the trademark Jet Motors master kits on it, from the ignition system to the alternator, the starter, and it's dialed. I mean, we really spent a lot of time and effort. I hand built this motor for myself, but I ended up selling it to Chris. So I would say my butt dyno tells me this is roughly around 100 horsepower at the wheels, and I think I'm being very conservative with that, because you're going to go for a ride and you'll see for yourself. It makes the most beautiful sound. So let's talk a little bit about the suspension. It has the genuine Dr. Alex Moulton suspension cones on the front and rear with the high-low adjustable trumpets. It has adjustable lower control arms, adjustable tie rods, polyurethane bushings, stainless steel brake lines all throughout. It is running the standard Cooper S disc brakes with the Cooper S master cylinder, of course, and the brakes are fantastic. The suspension is really, really dialed. We corner weighted the whole car. We got a 50-50 weight distribution across the entire car. It weighs just under 1,400 pounds. We're about 1,380 pounds, just like the displacement of the motor. Chris, you actually asked for a little bit more negative to get that cafe racer look, and we've got it slammed as low as it can go. We cut the bump stops, and we do have suspension trowel, which is nice. It doesn't bang over the bumps and still feels quite cozy going down the road. So it tracks straight. The alignment is spot on, and that took a lot of work. I mean, we really did work really hard to get the suspension dialed. So the suspension, I would call it, is darn near perfect. All right, let's get into the body and the paint and some of the exterior bits and some of this really cool stuff that Chris picked out for this car. First off, I see the tripod. Are those the Lucas P700 headlights?
Yeah, I think so.
Do they have the standard bulbs in there, or are they LEDs?
They're the standard bulbs in that one.
Okay. Yeah. I see you've got some overriders. Yeah. But not the corner bars.
No, from Mark II, just the overriders.
Yeah. And genuine grill buttons, I see. Yeah. And the 8-slat Cooper grill.
Yep.
Mark II mustache and whiskers. What's with the checkers right here?
I just like that look.
Yeah?
It's sort of very much Japanese mini culture.
Oh,
I really
okay.
sort of got inspired by that. I used to have a 68 that had stripes that went all the way over, like Cobra stripes, and I liked the way that graphics wrap over the skirt at the front, the valance, and at the back. So it does that, and it's got a brand new Mark I Cooper S.
I see that.
Full valance.
So that's a full skirt.
Yeah, just
I
because
love
I really
the full
like
skirt.
the way that it looks much better. It's got the diagonal as well in there.
Yeah. And I see you went with the deluxe trim.
Yeah, that's one of the nice ones, the really sexy, shiny one.
Yeah, that's
it's not
the
the
good
dull
stuff.
one. That's the really good stuff.
That's hard to get. I don't think we can get that anymore.
And then,
are these real badges or aftermarket?
Both badges are the genuine
Yes.
NOS enamel ones. The really nice ones.
All right.
Not the cheaper ones.
And the Yokohama AO32 tires.
Yep.
With the Cooper S alloy wheels.
Yes, the alloy ones.
Yeah, I love the look of the Cooper S wheels, and there's nothing wrong with the alloy wheels. You could have gone steel, and we have the genuines, but what we like about the alloy ones is the weight.
Yeah.
They're true.
Yeah.
They spin. They're round.
Yeah.
Gosh, that really helps with a wheel, right?
Yeah.
So, and then we strategically placed the weights inside to not hit the calipers, which was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Let's keep on trucking around here. Gosh, Chris, I love some of the stickers that you've put on here.
Yeah, there's little nods to British racing heritage.
Yes, this is a BRDC badge, and I happen to know the president of the British Racing Drivers Club was Paddy Hopkirk.
He's driven a few minis.
Yes, he has. He's seen this car.
He has. He signed this car.
This car is signed by Paddy Hopkirk. Wait until you see the sun visor in this. And did he mention, or he probably really liked that?
I don't think they were on there at the time when he signed it.
Oh, man, he would have definitely freaked out.
Yeah. I think you have to be like legit to have those, and obviously I'm not. So I didn't want to get an argument with Paddy about it.
Look, you got the Cooper registry here.
Yeah.
You've got the John Cooper Garages sticker and the Goodwood Festival of Speed.
Yeah.
It just goes on. There's more inside.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Chris, this is cool. I can't wait to show people more of these badges. Let's talk about these historic racing bullet mirrors. As you can see here, we did not drill any holes in the door. We strategically opened up the front window latch to accept the stud that goes through for the mirror, and then we put a little nut on there and tightened her down, and it's solid, and it really does work well, and I think it looks just great without having any holes in the car. Yeah. So let's keep on trucking around here.
It's also got the Lucas 608 mirror.
Oh my God.
Yeah, which is a nice touch.
And thank you for hooking me up with one of those too.
They're just the best. They look so nice.
Yeah, that is the real deal. These mirrors are incredibly hard to find. They're very expensive, and it's included in this car. We've got the Monza flip-top caps. We've got 2 tanks. Now, this is not a Cooper S, but it is a real Cooper with the Cooper S twin tanks with Monza flip-top caps and locking gas caps underneath of them. Okay. You've got the complete red taillights.
Yep.
That's a North American only thing, I believe.
It is, and they look really nice though, actually.
Yep. We've got a nice boot board with boot lid liner back here. We've got the original Oregon SP plate with a C-Tech charger, a battery quick disconnect, and you even went so far as to get the European license plate that has the Oregon SP plate. SP is special interest.
It's got the SP plates, but they're British plates, just because the square yellow one just doesn't sit at all very well, and it just doesn't fill the space. So I've had that on there for, I don't know, 5 years. I've never once been pulled over.
I was going to ask you, did you ever get hassled by the man?
No, the old Bill's never pulled me over. There is the yellow one in the boot.
You keep it in the boot,
yeah,
so
you can
just show it and say, well, here it is.
But I've never been pulled for it, and I just think they look so much nicer.
I see you duplicated the checkers at the back just for the skirt.
Yeah, it goes all the way
to
under.
Continue. You got the 1275 logo back there, the Mark II badge, and more stickers. We got the Goodwood, and what's this one here?
That was for Bewley for the 50th anniversary of the Mark II, which was in 2017. The car wasn't there, but I was there, so I was like, well, it would be nice for this car to have that.
I see we've got the Superfin alloy drums back there. And what exhaust did we choose? I can't remember.
I think it's RC40.
Oh, yes, RC40, single can, and it sounds sexy. You guys will get to hear it when we go for a ride.
Yeah.
Oh, I love how you tied in the BRDC on both sides like badges.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful. We got the stainless chrome washer jets, the stainless chrome wiper arms and plinths with the genuine 10-inch stainless wiper blades. So I see we replaced the window seals and the filler strips.
Yep.
And these are the good ones. These are the ones that don't wrinkle and look funny over time.
Right.
That's the right
stuff. They
stuff.
don't leak either.
Yeah.
Which
and
is good.
I remember trying to put this Cooper door trim on the upper portion of the doors, which is a nightmare. And without the genuine clips, that can be a real hassle.
Yeah.
And we worked really hard to get the windows to slide properly and latch, open and close, and they'd work, which is,
Yeah.
actually just, if you just spend a little time and do it right, it will work good.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's move our way into the interior. Okay, well, what better way to talk about the interior than to just, well, get in here and talk about it, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, the first thing I grabbed was this Motolita steering wheel. This is a real one.
Yep.
Where'd you get this Cooper center? That's gorgeous.
I can't remember. Bought so many things over the years.
Yeah, that's cool.
Where stuff comes from.
All right, what is the ST Smith's tack?
It's a special tuning tack. So it's the sort of early 70s, late 60s. Switched over to special tuning. So it's one of those. It's
and
quite
then,
nice.
And that's hard to come by. I mean, you surf the internet quite a bit
Yeah, I
looking
like
for
to
this
find
kind of
some
stuff.
random stuff. Yeah, I like stuff like that. It's got some cool branding on it as well.
We've got our switch extenders on our classic mini wipers and headlights.
Yeah.
Choke and heater control, steering column drop, power supply, 12-volt power supply for your phone and GPS. And I love this little vintage under dash switch mount with red light.
Yeah,
and
that's cool.
Is this the fan control?
That's for the fan, yeah.
Electric cooling fan. There it goes. Far out.
Yeah.
And we've got a real Patty Hopkirk throttle pedal, don't we?
Yeah.
We got a short shifter here for the remote gearbox.
Got the 130 Cooper S Speedo.
Yeah.
Which was an addition. All of the leather on the dash and the A-pillars is all garment leather. This isn't vinyl, so this is all beautiful soft leather. There's on the door pulls, it's all veg tan leather as well, so you do get that sort of nice smell of leather in here.
It does. I can smell it.
It's less plasticky.
It's you handmade these leather door stops
and the trims that go in the back with the ashtrays as well. It's just little extras like that.
And you handmade the bonnet straps too.
Yeah, just a bit nicer, thicker leather.
Yeah.
Than that.
We've got an alloy billet handbrake grip here with a gray handbrake leather cover.
Newton commercial carpet.
This is the deluxe Newton commercial carpet kit. It's molded.
Yeah.
These are the best. I love the color.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this color in my car.
Yeah, the blue's good.
Yeah.
And then the microcell contour seats.
Oh man.
The wicker basket centers. They're really cool.
You tell me more about these microcells.
Yeah, they're a 60s aftermarket tuning extra that you could buy at the time. They're just really sexy looking seats.
These are really comfortable.
And then a guy makes them in the UK, redoes them. There's a bit of a waiting list to get them. They're quite hard to come by, but they look really nice. And then the back black seat to match. The rear dash again is garment leather, really soft leather. Full cage, well not full cage, half cage.
Well, the key might have to be on. I'll see if I can make that work.
Yeah.
And this roll cage, this is safety devices.
Yeah, safety devices, cage with the crossbar.
And this crossbar is removable.
Yeah.
You did the checkers on one side or both?
No,
you did it on both sides?
Yeah, and you've got the harnesses with the 3-point harnesses with the attachment to the rear shelf, but they're attached underneath.
I'm going to tighten these up for you too.
Yeah. And then you've got that one.
Oh, Patty. Yeah. There's Patty Hopkirk. Awesome. And tell me about these seat belts.
They're just 3-point harnesses with the little nod to the Britax brand with the branded covers as well.
Yep.
So they just a nice little addition that looks period.
And do you have the Britax on this side?
Yeah, totally on both sides.
Yeah. Here, we'll put it over you too.
There we go.
There you go.
A nice little flash of yellow. Yeah. Little nod to Heritage Racing as well.
And then this fancy dancy rear view mirror you have is dipping. Yeah. Look at that. That's awesome.
That's the closest I'm going to get to an Aston Martin. So.
Yeah, well, me too, maybe. Well, so we've talked about the interior, the body, the engine, the gearbox, the suspension, the wheels, the tires, just everything, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk business.
Yeah, everything's been done. Like this is pretty much a brand new car. There's so much money been poured into this.
I know.
I'm not going to mention how much I've poured into it because my wife ever watches this video, I'll never hear the end of it. So yeah, it's definitely, you know, I don't want to sell it, but I have to sell it.
Yeah.
So you really are, whoever buys it is getting something that has had a lot of blood, sweat and tears put into it over the years. Had a lot of, you know, it's been completely restored. It is an amazing car to drive.
Yes. Sounds
amazing, and I don't know why I'm selling it, but I've got to sell it. So yeah, it's down to business now, and seeing what new home it's going to go to.
Yeah, well, let's talk price. So you and I have discussed it, and we've come to a reasonable price, and the magic number on this car is $55,000. I can't stress to you how much of a good deal that is. It could cost twice that to build one of these today, in today's dollars, and it took you a decade to do. Just about 10 years.
No, not that long, but it's taken 5, I think.
5 years?
5, 6 years, yeah. But it's been in my head for at least 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you are, folks. $55,000 for your dream Mini. For all intents and purposes, and I overuse the word perfect, this car is just about perfect. So money well spent, and I don't think it's going to get any cheaper any day soon. The value of these real Coopers and Cooperesses are just going through the roof. So this is money well spent, and I hope you guys like it. I love this car. I wish I could afford it. I just, if I bought another Mini, my wife might kill me. So anyway, it's your turn. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and give me a call and let's do some business. This is your new Mini.